guys, welcome to Crazy Times with Cool Cat. Today I'm bringing to you a clan war recap. This amazing Indian clan called Immortal Beast. That's a level 19 clan, guys. That's a huge thing in itself. And this is their clan war log. They have 473 wins, 129 losses, 3 draws, and they have played 605 wars in all. It's an amazing clan, guys, and they have some amazing Town Hall 11 3-star attacks, and I was fortunate enough to capture some of the attacks. And as you can see, they won this war versus a Saudi Arabian clan, and the war win stars were 107 to 101. So not just in stars, even in the total war destruction percentage also, they had like a 93.75%. So let's watch some of their awesome attacks. So Clashers, this is their 18 taking on enemy number 2, and he starts with a Queen Walk. He drops in a wizard hoping to clear that elixir storage, but then doesn't foresee the Tesla there, so he has to drop another 2 loons to clear out the Tesla. Baby Drag is dropped to create a funnel, and he has to rage his queen and also use his queen's ability pretty early in the attack, because the queen gets targeted by a lot of point defenses. And at this point he drops the wall breakers, and the defensive clan castle troops are out, so he poisons them and once again uses another rage spell versus them. So pretty comfortably gets the CC there, and then he drops rest of his bowlers there right behind the queen and uses the warden ability. The king doesn't actually join them and unfortunately walks down and gets locked on by the single target inferno, and the king dies pretty early. But then you have a pretty huge set of bowlers and wizards going down on the side, and then the troops that do go in along with the queen and the warden mid, they do a bang-up job of clearing this base. And the jump spells used in this attack are really very well used, guys, because each of the spells lead the remaining troops into every one of the compartments, so everything gets cleared. Everything in this base gets wrecked so easily. And as you can see, there are loads of bowlers and witches still alive, and they're clearing all the side structures here. And the queen gets busy on that wall because she's intending to reach that army camp. But before she actually can break that wall and reach the army camp, the skellies get there, and then she loses interest in that wall, and she gets back to rest of the defensive structures, and she takes most of them on, and this is a wonderfully executed easy 3 stars. And guys, this is the top 1 Reaper taking on enemy number 5. He drops in the queen and then drops a loon to check for any seeking air mine or air bombs, and then drops a baby drag to create a funnel. A Tesla pops up, and then he clears that out. And then he drops in the healers followed by the warden, and then a wizard is dropped to clear that gold storage. The king comes in, so he uses rage on the queen to ensure that she manages to kill the king. As you can see, she's doing a pretty decent job of covering up and creating a neat funnel as intended originally by the plan. Then he drops a set of bowlers and witches on the other side to create further funnel, and then drops in the CC giants and the king and rest of the bowlers mid. But since there are 2 splash damage structures that were hitting the giants, that is maxed out wizard tower and a bomb tower, the giants die pretty quickly, and he's forced to use his warden ability because the single target inferno locks onto the queen. Defensive clan castle is poisoned, and then a jump spell is used. The eagle is down, and soon the queen distracts the king, and the queen is also dead. And as you can see, the second inferno is also about to go down, and the king and few bowlers move on to one side, and the queen with the healers on her move on to another side. And soon the structures are cleared, and not much defensive structures are left at this point in time, especially no splash damage. But if you look at this attack at this point in time, you may actually wonder that whether it's actually going to turn into a 3-star attack, but it does, guys. Very nicely executed 3 stars at that, because you have a full health queen and loads of witches and healers are still healing the queen. That's the power of level 50 queen. So she finally manages to take down each and every structure in this base, and it is an awesome 3-star on this base too. And guys, this is their Kree John going versus enemy number 7. He starts off in a very interesting manner. He drops a bowler and 2 archers. This is good value actually, because just by dropping 1 bowler and 2 archers, he is able to take care of those heavy structures of those storages. Then he drops the queen, and he drops a moon which takes care of that seeking air mine there, and then he drops his healers and warden. The queen gets targeted by all the point defenses right about now, and the defensive CC also comes out, so he has to rage his queen here and then poison the clan castle troops. Clan castle troops are pretty easily taken care at this point, and then he drops a few witches and bowlers on the other side, and then his CC P.E.K.K.A. and giants, followed by rest of his bowlers and king. Since the funnel has been very easily established, all the troops do go into the core as intended by the clan, and then he uses a jump spell there. But guys, watch this attack. It becomes like a merry-go-round attack. Troops are so undecided here. Once the king, he gets actually locked on by the single target inferno, he wants to go in and take the jump spell, then he decides, no, I'm not going to go in there, I'm going to go top, and he just walks away with his swag. And then the queen suddenly decides, okay, the king didn't go in the jump spell, so let me go back and let me use the jump spell. So the queen goes in finally towards the town hall. So a lot of merry-go-roundish things happening in this attack, but finally everything does work out beautifully, and the queen right about now takes down that single target inferno, as you can see. And on the top we still have a very healthy P.E.K.K.A. And followed by some bowlers clearing out all the structures on top, and the queen is being healed by healers. So from this point on, there's not much defenses left, and it is just a matter of cleanup, and our 3 very easily manages a wonderful 3 stars on this phase. This is their 8 Amir taking on enemy number 8. He drops on a loon to actually get that seeking air mine, but unfortunately the loon goes the other way, and the seeking air mine does hit one of the healers healing the queen. And what happens that right away at start is that the way the warden has been dropped, even the warden starts getting targeted by the archer tower, not just the queen. But he gets lucky in this attack, because what happens at such times is the healers, they stop healing the queen and they start healing the warden. This time they don't do that, they continue to heal the queen. So the attack still continues pretty well. As you can see, she's clearing all the side structures, and on one side the CC P.E.K.K.A. and a few bowlers and witches are dropped to create a funnel, and then in the middle few giants are dropped, followed by the king and rest of the bowlers. The queen is still clearing all the structures, and all the troops converge there. Wall breakers are used, and one more jump spell is used. The CC troops are out, and poison is used on the defensive CC. The queen is actually not there to get the defensive CC there. Warden's ability is used, and one more rage is used, and finally the queen decides to go in that way. And the enemy queen goes down just about now, and one more jump spell is used, leading them to the final inferno compartment, and that inferno also goes down pretty easily, and the king goes down right about now. And once again this attack looks like one of those attacks where the troops have fizzled out. but it does turn out to be finally a 3-star, because there's still loads of bowlers and witches left, and the queen is left, and most importantly, healers are still alive. So not many defensive structures are left at this point in time. So very clearly they all start clearing all the side structures, and the queen is able to create a path for herself, and now she's being healed back to full health, as you can see. And so he waits and waits. As you can see, he has a baby dragon left, guys, in his attack troops, and he waits for a long time, waits for the perfect timing to drop that baby dragon. But watch what happens. It's so sad, it's actually funny. He drops the baby dragon at the perfect time, but then there's that hidden air mine. That seeking air mine kills that poor baby dragon, guys. He gets a 3-star, but that's so funny what happens to the baby dragon. Funny and sad, but it's a wonderful 3 stars in the end. And guys, this is their 7 called Nightmare. Pretty interesting way of spelling it, going versus enemy number 12. He drops in a bowler there and a loon, and then he drops in the queen, followed by the healers and warden, and he drops a baby drag to ensure that the queen doesn't stray. And guys, this is a boho attack. So as all boho attacks go, the idea is to actually go in with your kill squad, that is your king, your queen, your warden and your bowlers, and then get the defending clan castle CC and get the enemy queen if possible, and the king also if possible. So that's exactly how it works out in this attack. As you can see, the defensive clan castle troops all die right now, and the enemy king is also dead, and the enemy queen also is taken care of, and one single target inferno is also down, and the hogs are deployed at this point in time. The queen is still very much alive, and the first heal is used near the single target inferno. The queen and the warden are still very much in full health, and the queen is targeting the eagle, and the eagle just about goes down. And there a group of hogs, they get hit by a spring trap, but still there are plenty of hogs left in the attack. A second heal is used, and as you can see at the end, far end, there is that Tesla farm. 3 Teslas are there. It appears as if they can create some trouble to this hog group that is heading their way. But finally, as you can see, though they are being chased relentlessly by the skellies, the hogs do manage to clear that Tesla farm pretty easily, and this attack just ends up being a cleanup attack from this point on. So it's a wonderfully executed boho attack, guys. It was a treat to watch this attack. And guys, this is their 17 taking on enemy number 16. And as you can see, this is a moat base or a ring base, whatever name you would prefer. So he drops in the queen, and a baby drag is dropped to create a funnel, and he opens up, and this is more of a queen charge than a queen walk. And the idea versus all such pieces is always that you use your queen and your king in few bowlers, and you clear out the pathway. And for the core, you always use either miners or valks, but because in this space the core is pretty heavy, valks work much better versus the space, and that's why he has gone with valks in this attack. Now the defending CC is lured and killed, and the queen moves on. The CC Pekka and few witches are dropped, and few bowlers are dropped, and the king is dropped. All this is to ensure that a proper path is created for the valks to go into the town hall, to go into the core compartment, and the warden's ability is used right about now. As you can see, a very clear pathway is made, and a jump is used, and not just the valks, they are just dropped right now. Even the queen uses that mid jump, and all the valks do go in, and The Wilds raged and they just wrecked the core in a matter of seconds. There's nothing, the core is absolutely decimated. As you can see, there's nothing left, and the queen followed by its healers are still clearing this side, and on the top side you have the P.E.K.K.A. and the king and loads of bowlers that are still left. So, and one more raid spell also is used there, and it's just a matter of fast cleanup from here, because there's absolutely nothing to stop this attack, and this base gets just decimated, guys. Awesome 3 stars versus this mode base. So guys, these were some of the awesome Town Hall 11 attacks that I witnessed from these guys, and true to their name, they really are a beast. I hope all of you enjoyed watching these awesome attacks. Please do continue to watch my channel, subscribe and like my videos. Thank you so much. Let's meet soon. Have fun and clash on. Bye bye.